Do you use the N-word?
No, hell no. I'm still stuck in the 60s. I still like old stuff. I like old cars. My house is filled with old things. I love the 60s was if I could go back, I probably would go back. I mean, I like the 60s a lot. But we've made a whole lot of advances, but everything I don't consider to be, a great advance. Sometimes, like, I wish we still had some of the moral codes and ethics that we had back then. And I still wish that, parents taught their kids respect like we did back then. Because growing up back then, I believe every kid was taught to respect their elders. I mean, that was normal. And now you see kids cussing out their elders and their moms and their dad. If I thought about it, if I just frowned up at my dad, I wouldn't be here today. So, I see them cussing their parents out. So some things I wish were more like they were back then. But some things, the advances that we made, we don't have to sit in the back of the bus. There's not colored only water fountains. And, when I came to California with my mom from Arkansas, we had to ride in the back of the bus. And, today we can sit in the front. And so some of us are driving the bus. So those kind of changes I like.
What about how sensitive everyone is now? You can't say the right thing. You can't call them the right this or that. I mean, I'm sure, Samson, you probably had to tell him, you can't say that. Things like that, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, big time. I mean, I slip and say the wrong thing all the time. And I don't know, Mark. I didn't know I was messing up. But, they have to correct me, correct terms. You can't say this, you can't say that. And I'm like, oh, wow, because I never mean any disrespect. I'm just an old guy, and sometimes I say old stuff from back in the day. No, you can't say that no more. So, luckily, I got Samson here to keep me straight.
I feel like training and fitness in a lot of ways is like a secret, like a lot of us know about it, millions of people that know about it, millions of people that enjoy it, but it seems to crosses over a lot of boundaries. It crosses over people being in their own minds, thinking that they're not capable of things. It seems to cross over race barriers and all different kinds of things because we all love to come together and train. What has your experience been over the years, with the camaraderie of training and going around the world and breaking world records and those kinds of things?
I have a saying that says we're all the same under the bar. And that's because, weight don't give a damn. Excuse me, Mr. Bell. Weight does not give a damn what color you are, your nationality. It does not care. Heavy is heavy. It treats us all the same. And I would like people to be more like weight. You treat everybody the same, man. We're all the same. That's a big thing, a big message that when I used to travel all over the planet, we're all the same, man. I went to Russia, and they treated me wonderfully in Russia. One of my favorite trips. And if you look at the news, you would think, oh, no, they hate us in Russia. But Russia was fantastic, man. I was thinking about moving over there. It was so wonderful. So that's one thing that weightlifting does. I mean, whenever I know you've been all over the place, and weightlifters are like a big-ass family.
Universal language.
Absolutely.
Seeing somebody lift something heavy, it's a body of work. And I think anyone else that lifts can say, hey, that took a long time to be able to develop that.
Yeah, we can appreciate it. Of course, you're going to have haters all the time. Can't get rid of them.
We've all heard that to get optimal sleep, you should cool your room down to 68 to 69 degrees. But that's not all you need to do, and that's why we've partnered with 8 Sleep mattresses. Now, they have the Pod Pro and the Pod Pro Cover, and the amazing technology of this mattress allows you to cool the mattress down to 55 degrees or to have it as warm as 110 degrees. But the great thing is that the temperature changes through the night based off your actual body temperature to make sure that you get the most restful sleep possible. You fall asleep 32% faster, and you move around 40% less when you're actually asleep. It's amazing. And Andrew, how can people get it?
Yeah, this is amazing technology that actually changes its temperature based off of your sleep cycle. There's no other technology like it anywhere else. To take advantage of this, head over to 8sleep.com/power project. That's EIGHT sleep.com/power project. And you guys will receive $150 off this amazing technology. Links to them down in the description below. Let's get back to this video.
It kind of makes me wonder though, because like I think as people, there's a lot of different types of people in this room right now. Humans generally, when they see something or somebody that's different from them, there's an intrinsic camaraderie that I have with you two because I can physically see, and it's not even when I think about it. I just can see that y'all look the same as me. So there's a level of comfort that's there, even though I've never really met either of you guys. But when it comes to me and Mark, there's this visible difference between us two. And there's a slight level of discomfort, even though there's nothing to be uncomfortable about. I mean, I don't feel uncomfortable towards you. You know I love you. But like with everybody, there is that. And people always wonder, like, is there a way that there's this phrase that people don't see color. Is there a way that people can, that's actually going to end up not being a thing over time? Like, especially going through the things you've gone through, is that a possibility in your opinion?
100%. And the reason why I said 100% possible is because my mom taught me, even though we came over here in the back of a bus, my mom taught me, son, you have to love everybody.
Yeah.
And she taught me that, as far back as I was diapers, or for as far back as you have to, and I'm like, but Mom, everybody? And she's like, yeah, everybody, son. It's easy. She said it's easy to love people who love you back. Anybody can do that. Loving people who love you back, that's no problem. Anybody can do that. That's the easy part. But if you want to be like Christ, you want to be like the Lord, you got to love them people that don't love you. Then you're doing something. It's so easy. Oh, yeah, you love me. I love you back. No problem. But if you love somebody that hates you for no reason, oh boy, then you're doing something. Then you got that, that Christ-like thing. So I watched my mother's example her whole entire life. So I knew that it was absolutely possible. So that's what I always strove for, to be like my mom. She loved everybody. Didn't make her no difference whatsoever. I've seen a whole lot of church folks, grew up around a whole lot of church. That's probably why I'm not religious today. Because I grew up in religious, super religious. Everything was a sin. That's probably why I'm not religious, but I am a man of faith. I believe Mama was right, that you have to love everybody. You don't see no color. That's just, because it's assholes in every, it's assholes in every color. Every color whatsoever under the sun, just like it's good people, it's assholes in every color. But you gotta love everybody, even them assholes. And Mama Fletcher proved it, and that's how I try to live my life.
You use the N-word?
No. Hell no.
And why not?
Hell no. You guys hear me say every bad word under the sun. But you will never, you can look at all my videos, you will never, ever hear CT Fletcher say the N-word. And it's like this. That's how I explained it to Heath. It is last name, Heath.
Evans.
Yeah. He asked me the same question. And I said it's like this. Okay. People call each other their rap songs, I mean, that's the number one lyric is the N-word. And but they say back and forth to each other all the time, black folks. N-word this, N-word that, N-word this, N-word that. He said, how come it's okay for them to say it to each other, but I can't say it, CT? I said it's like this. Mark Bell, where's the board at? The board.
Oh, he's in here somewhere.
Okay.
My brother, yeah.
His brother. I'm sure when you and him grew up, y'all used to get in fights. Oh, man. And y'all call each other everything under the sun. That's just my brother. I call him everything under the sun. You fight, you scrap, and go back and forth with each other. But You let John from down the street come over there and talk about whooping your brother's ass.
Right.
You got a problem.
Right.
John got a problem because John ain't in the family.
That's right.
I can call my brother anything, but John ain't in his family. So John, you can't, and the family, you know, black folks, the skin color makes them, whether they want to admit it, it makes them, they all came from Africa, they got a little family bond there. So they think it's perfectly fine to say it amongst each other. And that's the difference, that's family, because they know, because you knew that you could call your brother this and yell at him, but I still love him.
Right.
He's still my brother. I love him. I love him. So black folks say, oh, I can call him anyone, I call this, because they know that there's no animosity, there's no bad will, they don't mean nothing by it. I love him. He's still my brother. I still love him. I'm just saying this, you know, because it's the cool thing or it's funny, it sounds funny or whatever. There's nothing behind it. But then you have somebody else say it. But the reason I don't say it, because if you do say it, I feel like, just like he asked me, just like he told me, well, how come I can't say it? If everybody say it, I feel if I say it, then he got the right to ask me, well, how come I can't say it? If I throw it around like it's nothing, I throw it around like it's, you know, the cool thing to say, well, how come I can't say it? I tell you know, so I don't want him or anybody to say, well, CT was saying it. That's okay, because it ain't. You can say it amongst your friends all you want to, but you can't say it around me, or we're going to have a problem.
Real talk, do you do that, sister? do you know?
Say the N-word?
Yeah. I'm just curious, since he doesn't, do you ever?
Sometimes.
All right, it's all good.
To close friends, you know.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm just curious.
CT, I'm curious. What do you think about Nas? A couple of albums ago, he wanted to name his album the N-word because his idea was, I'm just going to make it and put it out there so it no longer has power. But then, you know, the heads at the company are probably like, we can't sell that.
Look, you got NWO, right? Or
NWA,
sorry.
yeah.
NWA.
NWA is good.
NWA.
Oh, he's thinking of wrestling.
If they'd wrestle.
Sorry. Yeah. But yeah, I'm just curious, like, do you think there's any merit to trying to, like, not give it any more power? Or is it just, let's just never say it again and get rid of it and forget it exists?
You say Nas?
Yeah, Nas.
Okay, I don't listen to rap, first of all, but, no, I don't. I mean, occasionally, because Samson plays it, but if that's for me, if they didn't have no rap, I'd be okay.
All right.
Nas, his theory on that, I think of a very famous comedian named Richard Pryor.
Yes.
His favorite word was the N-word. Every other word was the N-word. And then he one day he got up and he went to Africa and he took a trip over there and he came back and his eyes was open. He said, I'll never say the N-word again. I'm on the same tip that Richard Pryor's on.
Yeah.
Now, I don't care to make it so common that that it lose power, because I don't believe that. The power behind it depends on the person delivering it. It doesn't depend on, you know, whether it's so common that we're just going to sap all the power. That's bullshit. I happen to disagree with Mr. Nas. Nope.
Yeah, I'm really happy you said that. I mean, I have friends that will say it around me, and it has gotten so common that I don't even acknowledge it. I had Nsima the other day. Like, what happens when it's said? I'm just like, I honestly, like, it's just because I do listen to a lot of hip hop. Like, I don't even acknowledge it. But so I didn't know if I was doing a good thing or being like, whoa, you need to stop. So I'm glad you said that, so that way more people can just get rid of it in their vocabulary.
Yeah, that's my opinion.
Yeah.
You know, I'm an old dude. You know, probably.
I dig it.
Nsima probably don't feel the same way.
I'm 50-50. It doesn't hit me.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't hit me.
Okay, you say it doesn't hit you.
Yeah.
But if a blatant racist said it to you, would it hit you then? Would it make it any different?
I mean, that's happened to me a few times.
And
I like as I got older, I just okay, I'm gonna ignore that because number one, I look the way I do. Now, the last time that happened, I'm like, if this person has the audacity to say that to me, there's something that's not right up here. Like, if you have the courage to look at me and then you think you can do that, I'm out. So I just left the situation. But when I was younger, I got expelled from this Catholic school, St. Joseph's, because this guy, Michael, he said that, and he flipped me off, and then I broke his finger back. So I didn't always have that self-control. So, I mean, if it happened to me now, I'm calm now. It wasn't always the case.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
I still think somebody could get under your skin.
Oh, no, absolutely. I agree with you. I agree with you.
I do think that it's hard to interpret, what other people are saying or what other people are talking about. And it's very easy for people to, say the comment that you said where someone's like, well, you're saying it. Why can't we say it? And people will probably most likely always think that way, So, I guess it's just up to the individual on how they think they should use it or when they think they should use it. But
that's why I'm for the general ban of the term period. Because it's not, if you send out the message that it's not okay in rap songs, it's not okay for you to, it's not okay anytime. If you send that message, you get that message out there, then you won't have that question. That's why I'm of the mind I am to just, it's a bad term to use any fucking time.